Cutting to the top right, we have our Casper player for CJ Entus. It is
CJ Entus Bbyong.
A lot of fans for Bbyong here, especially a particular group of local girls.
as so often with the Casper players.
Yes.
Money makes sexy. Bottom left of the map, we have 4 Slayers.
Slayer's Genius.
Now, this is a position where Genius has already shown 2 builds in a row where he is the aggressor. But in the case of this map, no matter how pretty it looks when Heaven does that, the 3rd base is pretty easy to take as a Protoss, but the 4th, that is the base that the Terran likes to attack. Usually you end up with a situation in the late game where the Protoss has Storm, he's down there at the bottom, and the Terran's trying to figure out how to attack, but there's so many Storms, it's hard to go in there. Eventually the upgrades of the Protoss army become too strong. You have too many Colossi, you've got too many Storms, and the Terran just cannot fight you anymore.
Look at that, by the way. We have a 12 gate from Genius, while Bbyong goes for 14 CC.
Yeah, he's going to fast expand here. Now, how will Genius respond? He's going to have all the scouting information in the world with this probe.
The CC on the high ground. And of course, Genius should be able to spot it. He will see in the main base that there's no gas taken, that there's no barracks. So it should be like a no-brainer to go to the bottom left and scout this command center. Yeah. The probe already looking for it.
Yeah,
here we
he
go.
Finds it. Actually having to pull another SCV here.
Yeah, immediately going to electrocute the SCV. Now being swapped. Could have actually fought that out.
Yeah, could have.
Well, could have, should have, would have. As it is, we have the barracks being built. Genius knows exactly what's going on. And the main base, he's getting gas already. We have him with the cybernetics core, the double barracks follow-up from Bbyong. Of course, inevitable on a map like this.
No second gas and Chrono on probes. I think we're going to see Genius take a Nexus pretty soon. When you are in this position, will he get eBay blocked?
It looks like it.
Oh, he's got to block that eBay. Oh, too late. This is unfortunate. This is exactly the situation that Genius does not want to be. He needs to attack the SCV.
Yeah, exactly. He still attacks the engineering base. He misclicked.
Yeah.
He completely misclicked, and now if Bbyong actually shifts pattern once again, he might be able to. Yes, and he does. He builds more HP on this engineering bay, tries to pull the probe off. And this is just so annoying for Genius. He wants to have this expansion. He knows his opponent is starting with a CC first, is playing this really greedy, and he himself cannot get this Nexus into the game.
And I was just going to say, before this eBay block happened, is the best situation for Genius is that if he just cuts a unit and then makes a Nexus to the low ground, then it's fine, because the command is on the high ground. But in this case, that's exactly what Bbyong knew, and he made the eBay. Perfectly timed. And when you skip the Zealot, it takes so long to kill that engineering bay with just a Stalker. Look at how slowly the Stalker fires. It takes forever.
Yeah, it takes ages, and in the meantime, the orbital command upgrade even is already done for Bbyong, so he can use the second hero while he flies the command center down to the low ground as soon as he's ready. Just getting a few Marines here in order to defend it, but yes, the orbital is already on the way to the second mineral line.
I like how Genius has been playing this series so far. On just 2 normal maps, show the aggressive strategies. On the map where Prosses are really dominating Terrans quite well, pick the great map to do the late game on.
Bbyong, on the other hand, is not getting any gas. He's just following it up with 2 additional barracks, so he will have 4 barracks in total. That's quite a lot of potential pressure.
Yes. And it also means that he's probably not going to take a fast third with that many barracks. He just doesn't have... I mean, he could throw down the command center pretty soon, but it's less likely. He wants to sink those minerals into, of course, Marines, put pressure on Genius. Someone who he's expecting may decide to add a robotics very quickly rather than adding 2 gateways first.
The first Marines are already on the map and trying to get into the natural and do a little bit of damage, or at least poke a bit. But 4 Marines are being built at a time now, and there's still no refinery. He really wants to hit this with a lot of Marines, and his supply depot is like timed perfectly. Oh, wow. Genius is low on misclick. He misclicks and he nearly loses the Stalker. It's low on HP already. That is looking pretty dangerous, actually.
Luckily for Genius, he did actually add those 2 gateways before the Robo, so he's going to have enough production to easily wear this off. The only thing he really lost there was all of his hit points on his Stalker.
The problem for him is that there are a lot of Marines rallied across the map, while another command center is now being taken for Bbyong.
Oh, the Stalker!
Oh my god.
Oh, 9 hit points left.
He doesn't kill the Stalker, but he takes HP off the Sentry. And so far, Bbyong is just waiting for more and more Marines. He has 12 of them right now, and he's walking into the natural. More rallied across the map. This is going to get dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Warp Gate research is nowhere near being done. Got to use that Zealot to fight here.
He has to wait for the rest of the Marines. Here come 4 additional ones. And he wants to fight the Marines up here. He tries to target down the Sentry. The Zealot already done.
Wants these other units out. Guardian Shield is up to help him with his retreat. Nice kiting here. Probes come out as well. They're also under the protection of that Guardian Shield.
He needs to take down the Sentry. Yes, the Sentry is gone. Now a couple of probes that are already taken down. But so far, Genius has nice micro here. Yes, he lost a Sentry and a Zealot, but still he trades quite well.
Yeah, he trades well, and he's got the tech to back this up. He has the robotics, whereas his opponent, yeah, he made that third command center, but it was a little bit late. Oh, he targets out Sentry. This is what he needs.
Oh god, the Stalker is going to die as well, isn't it? No, he saves it once again. This is the hero Stalker.
That is Genius's favorite Stalker, man.
That's the final boss right there.
That
How many
Stalker
times
dies.
was that Stalker already out of energy, out of shields?
I would say probably 4 at least. Now we have Robo Bay plus double forges, which means he's going to take a third base.
When it comes down to gas, of course, we have Genius now far ahead with all the gas that he already has and the double forge, the Robo Bay. But Bbyong has 3 orbitals now.
The scan does reveal everything. He knows that the forges are going down, as well as the robotic support bay.
No
Genius,
secrets.
Yeah, Genius with all of his eggs in one basket there, with all of his structures right in the same location. Bbyong was able to see everything. And as a result, may start Viking production a little bit more than a little bit quicker than he would have anticipated to originally.
This is actually a pretty cool game. This is really intense now. We have so many Marines, and once the first Colossus is out, there won't be a problem for Genius at all dealing with this pressure. Bbyong is walking across the map with another Bioforce. He has no stim just yet. He's starting to build a few Marauders, but his tech is just so much delayed. He is now getting his factory, but he's just still minutes away from having any kind of air support. Like, for example, Medivacs. He really needs them. But the third base is going to be happy. He has to cancel.
He doesn't even see it. He doesn't have anything to give him vision. He's got 2 observers on the middle of the map, but they're not on this path.
Is this too much?
He has to cancel. He cancels immediately. Not even a second wasted there. And he doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he didn't check with his observer to see the command center's been moved down, so he hasn't realized that he's in the position where his opponent has the third up.
The third base for Genius is being rebuilt, and now he has Colossus number 1. Range is already started. So in this situation, the economy is definitely better for Bbyong. But Genius, on the other hand, has quite the decent tech.
He really does. He's got the ability to pressure. He's facing a very Marine-heavy army. 17 Marines and 3 Marauders out on the map right now. He could even pressure with his first Colossus. We'll see if he decides to do so. It is rallied across the map now.
Stim is about to be done.
He wants to pick at these Marines that are going for the rocks. He sees them. He's going to take his opportunity.
Yeah, but they move in. He sees it with a Zalnaga Watchtower.
He stims, and I think this was a mistake. He may get a Stalker, but he's not going to get much else. That was the favorite Stalker, man.
No.
Yeah.
Not. Oh, Bbyong, that was a mistake. Genius is pissed.
He is.
You took away his favorite toy.
That is his favorite one. Forced a stim out of it, though.
Do you remember you're at kindergarten and you have a favorite toy, and this mean bully takes away a toy, and you go all Super Saiyan on him and take him down?
You want to kill him.
That is what Genius is thinking right now. You took away my favorite Stalker. You will pay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what my favorite toy was in kindergarten. I think I had a lot. Can't think of one specific favorite toy.
I can only remember that I always stole my sister's Barbies and pulled the head off.
I did the same thing, man. That's how you do it. That's what boys do with Barbies, man. They pull their heads off.
Man, Ken was stupid, okay? Ken was just stupid.
Oh, take the heads off. That's how it is. Right now, Bbyong is looking to put some pressure on, but it's really just a concealed effort to take this 4th command center. He's trying to make Genius think he wants to attack, but at the same time, he's never going to commit. He's just going to take this 4th command center.
Currently, the army supply is much better for Bbyong. He's at 76 to 46 overall supply. We have 4 Vikings already, 6 Vikings now, getting more and more. Genius has to be really, really careful. Bbyong is playing this well. He's getting the 4th base. He knows that he's still ahead overall. The problem for him are going to be his upgrades. He's always a little bit behind, so if Genius is able to hit a good timing here, might be able to do a lot of damage, a lot of DPS.
And that Nexus cancel is really starting to show. You can see that he's 30 supply ahead. Yeah. As you said, he's really starting to power out those Vikings. 3 Vikings at a time coming. He's going up to 9 now. And it's all because Genius wasn't able to have that economy at the time he wanted to. He put a lot of money into that Nexus. He had to cancel. He lost so much time. And not to mention the minerals you lose from the cancel. Bbyong I don't think he should actually commit to this, though. He has a lot of Vikings, but he doesn't have to stick around. Blink is almost done.
He really wants to, so he can see that he's just posturing around.
Yeah, he just wants Genius to stay back so he doesn't see his fourth commander. These Vikings are out of position, though.
We have to be really careful here. If he loses the Vikings, he will be in so much trouble with his pure Bioforce. There are not a lot of medivacs, you know?
Yeah, there's only 2.
Every stim hurts.
Every stim hurts a lot. The Observer's still in position. He didn't quite catch it, so now Genius knows where to be to defend.
And Genius gets a lot closer on the army supply. 94 gets 112 now. And without the medivac, Stim is going to be a big issue. If we have perfect force fields after Stim, he's in a great position here.
Plus,
but this is so clutch.
Oh, he blinks in, and now the Colossi doing so much damage. It's a very marine-heavy army. The ratio here, not very good for Bbyong. The Zealots have to pull back, though. They're against force fields right now. He just decides to blink in. Genius's Colossi still doing damage, and the Vikings just do not have enough.
And look how the supply is dropping for Bbyong. He's losing so much. He doesn't have the Viking numbers. That's exactly what we talked about earlier. Even the Colossus is still alive, and as soon as Blink is done, he will blink in again.
And now Keller's 2-2 versus 1-1 for a few more seconds, so Genius could actually take advantage of that.
The rally is completely wrong for him. Yeah, he could actually blink down if he wanted to.
I think he will. There's not enough units there.
He wants to play this safe, though. He does not know how many units are built in the base, what the next round of reinforcements will bring for Bbyong. He blinks in now, as he's down with the Colossus as well. 143 supply against 150, plus 3 has been started for Genius. The 4th base, though, still undetected by the Protoss player.
Some sort of special divine intervention there, perhaps. Genius is not able to see it. He's on the watchtower, he's captured it, but it's just not enough vision. He has no expectation that that base is there. Fortunately for him, though, it's only being mined by 1 SCV and a mule right now. He's getting extra mules from there, but he could just take the base for free. Uh-oh. Bbyong moving out of position. He does see this with an SCV, but he's in a tough spot now. He's been fighting into a choke point against Colossi with very few Vikings available.
Yeah, but he might have enough to take those Colossi down. At the same time, the force fields are pretty decent for Genius, though. And he does so much damage with the last Colossus in his composition. Bbyong is dropping in supply, but so does Genius. Maybe overcommitting a little bit, trying to retreat here. But once again, there are nearly no medivacs on the map.
Yeah, exactly. This army is getting low in hit points. Genius has not taken a 4th Nexus. In fact, it surprises me considering that he's got enough minerals to take one. He's got a dominant position on the map, or at least he had until this moment.
And not in the minerals, but the thing is his mineral patches in the main base are about to be depleted. At the same time, he has a really high probe count. So a 4th base would help him so much actually getting a decent saturation. He is 20 harvesters in worker supply ahead of his opponent. Now adding the additional tech, though, those +3/+3 upgrades, they would break Bbyong's neck.
Yeah, they certainly would. Also, his lack of medivacs continue to be a problem. He stims again here, goes for the Nexus. Genius will fight, though.
He has to save the Nexus here. Blinks in, tries to get into a good position, tries to make this happen. Bbyong with a supply lead, though. The Colossus in the back still doing a lot of damage here. He's trying to move in, and he takes it down, but he lost a fair amount of bio.
All mules are being dropped, but the Zealots are running in. And Bbyong, I think he just has too much.
It certainly looks like it. He just goes in with everything he has. He will take down this 1 Nexus. Another Colossus joins the fight. 2 Vikings left.
He blinks onto the high ground. The Colossus turns around to fire. It's not quite able to finish these units off. There's enough medivacs here now. Genius down to 70 supply. The Nexus falls as well. Streams of units running across the map here, and it looks like Genius is going to have to face the up and down.
The first upgrades are ready, but just not in time with +3/+3 in those fights. Genius would have had a really nice upgrade advantage, but the attack of Bbyong was too fast, too soon. It is too much. He goes in. The 3rd is gone. Genius tries to expand to the top left, but it's too late.
Yeah. Colossus comes out, will be targeted down.
Oh, so close. It survives.
Will it matter, though? Bbyong needs to just get his forces together for a second. Genius's Nexus to the top left has been spotted by the command center, or by the factory. And Bbyong just has to get himself together for a second. He sends 1 squad of units to the top left. That group of 5 units alone, 4 Marines and a Marauder, will actually be able to kill that Nexus.
At this point in time, we have also Storm being chrono boosted, but it looks just like too little too late. Currently, the Terran player from CJ is doubling the supply of Genius.
And Genius may barely be able to save this Nexus. There's only 1 Marauder there, so not a ton of DPS there. But Bbyong, he's got 4 bases up now, 5th base being made.
And the 5th at the bottom right will never be started by Genius in time. I don't think so. He just has so much to deal with that I don't think he will send a unit to the bottom right.
Exactly. And Genius' base on top left is actually just a 3rd in disguise. There's no way Genius holds this. He doesn't have Storm. Just finished. Oh, still not enough.
Oh wow, but clutch storms, they were great.
Another mule dropped here.
These storms were awesome, but it just doesn't matter at this point. He moves back and he will be able to defend here, but the bigger story is that with 150 supply against 50, Bbyong is currently tripling the supply of Genius.
He's also practically tripling the economy. As far as mills per minute goes, he's more than tripling. GG.
Takes out the Nexus to the top left of the map, only 2 bases left for Genius, and one of them is mining. Bbyong takes it, well played, is able to take down the Slayer's Protoss and advances to the 3rd round of today. Defeats the second Federation Protoss in a row. First in the round of 48, and now Genius.
Genius is not looking happy about that loss. It was a pretty straightforward game once we got to the point where Genius just was not able to keep up with his opponent. He wasn't able to hold that Nexus. And then it was like, okay, well, you're not going to have an army supply advantage, especially when you're committing your resource to upgrades, which he then wasn't able to use.
Genius thought that he was well prepared. He was going to this match with pretty broad shoulders. He was on the assumption that this would going to be his way today. Seller was certain that his player would win. In the end, it is the CJ and Terran who is advancing to the 3rd round of Code. So congratulations to Bbyong. And a pretty interesting and pretty fast-paced first match that we've seen today.
Yeah, I think so. Genius trying to play straight up only in game number 3, with aggressive games in game 1 and game 2. Wasn't able to take the series, though. I think a lot of people are probably surprised by this result.
And we are heading into our next match in just a few seconds. We are now having the prime team kill.
The prime team kill, yeah.
It's a little bit sad every single time when you have to face your own teammate in the round. Well, it doesn't matter in which round of Code, is it the 1st, the 3rd, or the 2nd. Doesn't really matter, but now we have Creator against Bbyong. They're probably both not going to be too happy about this, but at least they were able to dodge a team kill in the first round. So the loser will still have the chance of reaching Codes through the up and downs. But yeah, we'll be back, of course, after a short break. After a 5-minute break, we will start with our second Terran versus Protoss of today. So see you guys in 5.